Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is a new genre, etc. video. Well, do I have a big one for you in regards to Godzilla versus Kong? This is the original take on Godzilla versus Kong that was stripped down to what we have now. Now, I know a lot of people enjoyed the current version of Godzilla vs. Kong. I do as well, but I guess you can call me a completionist or something, but I really wanted to see this other original version that was supposed to have come out. But probably because of Godzilla King of the Monsters, the bad reception for that, and how it was maybe long, too many human characters, they wanted more streamlined, which why they cut the original version down to what we now can see in theaters and on HBO Max right now. Under 2 hours, very little human character development, and also a lot more monster fighting, which is really cool. But I'm always wondering what it would have been like. What would the original have been like? Well, now, this is coming from Ryan Unicomb, who is the director of the new Justice League Mortal documentary. He has some sources within the studios, and he finally has what was supposed to be the original version of Godzilla vs. Kong. He said this: the changes made to Adam Wingard's original version of Godzilla vs. Kong are huge, but it's important to note that Adam himself was involved in all the changes, all the decision making, and all reshoots. Spoilers follow. Okay, here we go. There's too much to detail in depth, but broad changes including the complete removal of Skarsgård's original motivation, in which his fiancée dies on an expedition he is leading into Hollow Earth on Skull Island. This turns Skarsgård's character down a dark path. We originally find him as a depressed drunk who hangs out at dive bars. That's interesting. In the one we saw, I mean, he was mourning the loss of his brother instead of his fiance, and they completely took out the fiance portion. And, we had the characters Simmons and Serizawa come and visit him, right? So another huge change is the reasoning for Godzilla's attacks. Originally, it is Isa Gonzalez using a device called the Orca Z to control Godzilla, shifting humanity's trust away from him. So that's interesting. So she plays Maya Simmons, the daughter of Walter Simmons, who is the older fellow that's in this movie, and she's supposed to have the Orca Z to control Godzilla. So that's different, right? So in sense, the reason why Godzilla's attacking the ships was not because he's coming after Kong, because she had the Orca Z, the contraption that was used in Godzilla King of the Monsters, that was controlling all the monsters and summoning all the monsters. She had that on the ship, and that's why he was attacking. Wow, that's totally different from the whole Alpha angle. And I'm wondering if the Alpha angle was still in the movie or not. Very interesting. But it does explain a little bit better why he was attacking the ships and killing people, other than, the ships were attacking him. But let's continue. Godzilla stops attacking. Let's say part of this storyline kind of still exists, although with different context. Godzilla stops attacking the ship when they turn the power off. Originally, this would depower the Orca Z as well, causing Godzilla's sudden disinterest in continuing to fight. There you have it. This plan would see Damian Beecher's character, who was played by Damian Beecher plays the character Walter Simmons. This guy right here would see him eventually seen as a hero for besting Godzilla with his mecha variant. So he wanted to be a hero, and that's why he built Mecha Godzilla. And Ren Serizawa actually helped him build the Mecha Godzilla, and they would kind of entice Godzilla to be a bad guy. So he builds a mecha so that humanity won't trust the Godzilla and will trust in him. So that's interesting. That's that's something else entirely. So probably the biggest change is that of Shun Ogiri's Ren Serizawa, right? Watanabe, Dr. Watanabe's, no, Ken Watanabe, Dr. Ishiro Serizawa's son, right? Revealing himself as not only the son, but as the big bad of the film, hiring an assassin to murder Simmons Wright as Mecha comes online. So, within the movie, we see Mecha comes online. It's kind of like taking over himself and killing Serizawa and Simmons. So, at this time, so in the movie, the original movie, not the original, but the movie that you see on HBO Max, Serizawa and Simmons were always working together. But now we see that Serizawa backstabs Simmons and takes control of Mecha in a way, right? Allowing Ren to upload Ghidorah as he had always planned. So he uploads Ghidorah's thoughts into the Mecha. Mecha Godzilla would have been Ghidorah within him. That's why he went on a rampage. That's why he went to attack Godzilla, and that's why Godzilla is attacking him. He knows that that's Mecha Ghidorah in him as well. So that's interesting. That's really cool. Now, among a bevy of other changes, omissions are Millie Bobby Brown's characters. PTSD and her acting out of character mirrored in her father's, Kyler Chandler's, mistrust of Godzilla. So she had post-traumatic stress disorder, which is something that, it wouldn't even add to the Godzilla vs. Kong, but it would add to her character arc from the last one. So you start to see a little bit more that the King of the Monsters, it was more of a sequel to King of the Monsters, more than just a Godzilla vs. Kong fighting movie, right? So I would have loved to see that. Brian Tyree Henry's character killing the assassin. So this guy right here, he kills the assassin before he can take out Millie Bobby Brown and Julian Dennison. The removal of the entirety of Zhang Ziyi, as I've talked about at length. Okay, so they removed her character, maybe in the twins. This is with both of them, right? Jessica Henwick's character, she was a reporter, so I thought she was going to be the fiance of Alexander Skarsgård's Nathan character, but no, she is actually a reporter. And I don't know how much of that development was in the movie, or other than just reporting on things that are happening. Lance Reddick, who was the director of Monarch, was also removed as well. So that's a big one. And wall paintings, right? Wall painting in Kong's throne room. And we've seen a bit of this, and I thought I saw other monsters as well, but it went by so quickly in the opening credits. But apparently it was chronicling an ancient war with Mothra, Rodan, and this other monster Behemoth, as well as many others big and small. Now, I don't know if that meant that these monsters would have showed up. I know Mothra died, but maybe Rodan and Behemoth was still alive, so I don't know if they would have shown up and they removed the monsters as well as many others, big and small. So there was other monsters as well. The tone was changed. The narrative streamlined to something more palpable, something more palatable, for general audiences, and the film has been a huge success. Warner Brothers was not involved. It's a legendary film. And I agree with it. Warner Brothers can't chop this movie. But I'm wondering, just like how BVS was and into Justice League, how Warner Brothers may have said to the studio, which is legendary, says, you know what, if we were going to distribute this, we would require that it be under 2 hours. And in which case, Legendary said, okay, and they started working with Adam to change it, to make it more streamlined and everything. But ultimately, the difference between this and Justice League and Batman versus Superman, the similarity is that after reception of Batman v Superman and the amount of box office it could have made, they changed it. They said the next one's going to be even shorter. They're going to strip it away and everything. Ultimately, that turned out to be a terrible film. Justice League was a terrible film. This one, however, I think people did want to see more mainstream audiences wanted to see more of just monsters fighting with little human character development as possible, and they got that. So they stripped it away and turned to that under 2 hour movie that we see now, and ultimately that became more of a success, I'd say. So it's different. So the light that of it being more successful here, we'll probably never ever see this original version unless, I don't know, unless maybe the director comes out later on and says, oh, you want to see a director's cut? Here's the other version of it, or, this is my other plan, of how it should have been. But will we ever see that? I don't know. But there you have it. This was the original version of Godzilla vs. Kong in a simplified type of, there's a lot of details, of course, out of that, but maybe we can give you an idea of how Godzilla vs. Kong was supposed to be much more connected to Godzilla King of the Monsters than how it is now. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.